So just looking at this, I can't see a bearish picture on at all. I mean, I could see you'd be bearish if all you relied on was the technicals and trend continuation within technicals. But once you mix fundamentals into this picture, it's very hard pressed to be short right now. I would not be short. Obviously I'm not, but like, I feel like this is an opportunity of a career happening right now. We've been saying this within the fund because every move upwards now is getting diminished as Bitcoin's becoming more discovered and the bigger money's coming in and the movements are less volatile and exaggerated. And I feel like this is like kind of the last really interesting entry points, you know, entering at 7,000. Well, probably this top is in excess of 100 to 200. That's a good entry. Everyone's speechless or can't hear me.
All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for a video keeping you informed on Bitcoin, on cryptocurrency, keeping you informed every day. My name's Austin. I want to share this with you. I want to recommend this to you. This is a 2.5 hour long interview, really valuable stuff. I'm going to link the whole thing down below in the description, off the Tone-Based podcast with on-chain analyst Willy Woo, giving his perspective according to the data that he is studying on the blockchain. And did you catch what he said? He's saying that yes, if you're just relying on technical analysis, the TA guys right now, he could see why you'd be bearish. But mixing in the fundamentals, the blockchain data, the big picture, it's very hard-pressed, in his words, to be short. He's saying that he himself, Willy, along with his investment firm, Adaptive Capital, are long BTC right now. He could not be short. Now, keep in mind, this conversation came out 4 days ago at the beginning of the week, but let's listen to that again. Did we even hear that right?
So just looking at this, I can't see a bearish picture on at all. I feel like this is an opportunity of a career happening right now. I feel like this is like kind of the last really interesting entry points, you know, entering at 7,000. Well, probably this top is in excess of 100 to 200. That's a good entry.
Yes, I like it. But let's be real. I don't know what the price of Bitcoin will do in the short term, and neither do you. Nobody does. But fundamentally, over time, Bitcoin may be ending its consolidation right now in preparation for the next leg up. Now, like always, I want to share with you one last 40-second clip, a few morsels of this much more valuable entire meal. So if you have 2 hours, I highly recommend. If you have 2 hours and you like a good debate, a debate between a technical analysis bear and a fundamental bull, what's happening with the Bitcoin price right now, I want to recommend this to you. There's a link in the description, check it out. But let's get to the real question. Obviously, we're all bullish on Bitcoin in the long term, but in the short term, over the next couple weeks, based on the on-chain metrics, where's Bitcoin's price going next in the short term?
All right, I got another price prediction question for you. I hit you with, what are your thoughts for the next 2 to 3 years? What about the next 2 to 3 weeks? Do you think we still go higher over the next 2 to 3 weeks, or do you think we're going to be pulling back for the next 2 to 3 weeks?
I think that in the next 3 weeks, next week, I think we're going to chop around and retrace and bounce back and go sideways and break out of that that wedge, descending wedge. We're going to break out of that in a sideways movement. And then I think that we'll engage thrusters on the next move up. I'm not like 100% sure. I'm just looking at on-chain and investor. Because when you talk about 2 to 3 weeks, that's well within the realms of the blockchain to see what's going to move next. And what I'm seeing on the blockchain is that a lot of the bearishness has been is out. It's all neutral, but it hasn't broken out to the upside. And I'm waiting for that to happen. But the momentum is that we'll break into the bullish within this time frame. So my best guess, unless it's it's a bounce off it and it goes back to bearish, but I'll know that ahead of time. But my best guess, if I continue the trend, is that we go sideways a bit here for the next 2 weeks, and then we break out to the high side, and we'll clear 8,000 in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
I like it. So according to our on-chain analyst, buying Bitcoin around the 7-8K level could be a once-in-a-career opportunity. His words, you make your own decision. One last question I have before we get to the news, because things are happening. How much should we even listen to these guys? I mean, really?
This one is not a question, more of a comment. Someone said, why in the hell does anyone listen to these guys? They don't even trade. I don't trade because I bring you content. Willy's actually been trading all day, and Willy, along with David and Murad, are part of Adaptive Capital hedge fund. Their job is to trade. Come on,
yeah,
people.
It's our professional role to trade. I've slept 2 hours because the market has been so heightened in the last day, and we were expecting it. We trade for the fun, we trade personally, and the position sizes are relatively large. So by all means, we are traders.
Hey, I like it, but you make your own decision. First piece of news, and by the way, like this video, get this information out to as many people as possible. But Elon Musk just whipped out a frenzy with an innuendo-filled Bitcoin tweet. For those of you who follow us on Twitter, you saw this, we retweeted it. Elon Musk said, Bitcoin is not my safe word. And we responded, well, then I won't stop. Obviously, Elon Musk being funny. I thought it was interesting. After we retweeted this, many people says, hey, I don't get it. What is the meaning of this comment? For what? I think it's Elon Musk just saying Bitcoin is very volatile. It's not a safe word. He's just making a joke. But what's interesting, and somebody caught this on Reddit, after Elon Musk tweeted this, Bitcoin 2020 tweeted, interesting face. And Elon Musk winked at him. Is that Elon winking that Bitcoin may be volatile to the upside, to the downside? I think he's just making a joke. But great advertising for BTC. Next piece of news, is SardineCoin real? Well, the Sardines are, at least. This is very real. This is happening right now. If you want to participate in the SardineCoin ICO, I don't know why you would, but technically you are able to. But it smells fishy from the start. On Wednesday, My Sardines, a Luxembourg-based company, announced its intention to launch a cryptocurrency backed by, are you sitting? Vintage Sardines. Now the first question, if you subscribe to this channel, the first question that you should be asking yourself based on discussions that we've had is, why would something need a blockchain? Why would Sardines need a blockchain? Well, the only reason anybody ever needs a blockchain is if you want to make something censorship resistant. Now, a red flag to me is, why would Sardines need a blockchain? Well, there's even more. There's a few red flags right from the start, between the novel collateral, a white paper thin on detail, and even an April 1st end date to the ICO. Of course, April Fool's Day end to the ICO. Crypto commentators suspected SardineCoin was an elaborate prank. This much is clear. It's not a fluke, and we can even go over to the ICO. It's written in Luxembourgian or French, and people could opt in and participate in this ICO. Now this says April 4th. Maybe they changed it from April 1st. Who knows? But to me, this just seems like a kitschy marketing ploy to me. Well, according to their CEO, it's an investment that's really safe, said the co-founder and CEO Charlotte Repetti. There's no speculation. We have the stock of Sardines, and we're going to create the coin based on the stock. I think this is a marketing ploy. Even if you're asking, where is the money going to go? What are they using this money for? Well, roughly 75% of the funds from the ongoing sale raised would go to buying cans, with the remainder covering operating expenses. So it's crowdfunding. And hey, maybe these vintage cans aren't cheap. But me personally, why would it need a blockchain? Case in point. Hey, next piece of news. Pooty Pie shows support for Tron, Bitorrent, and Dlive in his recent video. We announced this mid last year. Pooty Pie is going to, he went to a decentralized platform to live stream. It's Dlive, which is built on the Tron network. And even though to me, I've been critical of Tron in the past because it's more centralized out of the Generation 3 dApp platforms based on the nodes, based on the pre-mine, based on who controls the majority of the supply. I've been critical, but either way, you got to give him credit. Pooty Pie and his huge fan base, at least some of them, migrated over to Dlive and are streaming off of there now. If you want to check it out, it became #1 trending for gaming a few days ago. Check it out. I mean, this is big. This will put many eyes on crypto. I like it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Whenever I find little gems like this, I'm always going to pull it. Again, I fully recommend the full interview. Give them a like, give them a shout out in the comments, get that video out. But like always, have a great weekend, and I will see you tomorrow.